motorbike that fills a void in the market with no rivals is always intriguing to watch, and the Suzuki Boulevard C90T does just that. In truth, neither American motorcycle manufacturers nor rival Japanese manufacturers provide cruisers with displacements up to 1,500 cc, much less cruiser tourers. The Moto Guzzi California 1400 Touring is the closest rival, however it is not a contender and costs $5,000 more than the Suzuki. The Suzuki Boulevard C90T's core platform hasn't altered much since 2005, when it moved from the Intruder to the Boulevard and added 32-bit FE, unless there is a Predator present. Since the C90T is based on the 1998 Intruder, it's safe to say that this bike has stood the test of time rather than being the leader. Once you're on the bike, none of it matters. It is either inadequate in some manner or it fulfills its function. The Suzuki Boulevard C90T, for example, satisfies the demands of riders seeking a two-wheeler with sufficient power, affordability, and the assurance that comes with a well-built, dependable design. Given its history, the Suzuki Boulevard C90T has less electronics than one might anticipate. It does have FE, yes, but that's it. Suzuki's dual throttle technology works well to smooth out throttle response. ABS is given by the careful use of your right hand and foot, and there are no power modes or traction control features. As usual, the rider is an essential safety device. The Suzuki Boulevard C90T's engine is its primary selling point. It is a little design, yet it produces enough power for riding in the real world. At under 2,600 revolutions per minute, a slightly undersquare 54-degree V-twin with SOHC and 4 valve heads produces a significant peak torque of 97 feet per pound. Two-wheelers require precisely that type of low-end power. Its power ensures that you can always pull away from a stop with ease, and it has enough of torque for highway cruising as well. At 4,800 revolutions per minute, the water-cooled engine may be readily reached, resulting in a maximum output of 78 horsepower. Nobody should be surprised by how wonderfully linear the power delivery is. The main feature of the C90T is its straight-line traveling. The C90T is all about stability, with a 66-inch wheelbase, a riding angle of more than 31 degrees, and hefty Bridgestone etc. rubber on a 16/17-inch wheel combination. As long as the route is somewhat smooth, you should have no trouble pushing the automobile to triple-digit speeds. In most states, it's easy to go much above the speed limit because most have basic windshields that operate out of sight. If you have to stop from those high speeds, be ready to squeeze the front brake lever a little harder. At greater speeds, and especially when two people are riding, you will see that there is just one disc up front. Fortunately, when necessary, the 200mm rear tire and rear brake will assist with deceleration. You'll need to reduce your expectations if you want to go through areas with twisting roads. This is due to a number of factors, not the least of which being the C90T's dislike of curves, which is exacerbated by its long wheelbase and loose tilt, which performs so well on the highway. The Suzuki Boulevard C90T features an unsophisticated suspension that requires no modification. The action is bumpy, but there's plenty of tire travel, just over 5 inches up front and 4 more inches in back. On a level, straight road, that wouldn't be an issue. However, if the pavement isn't level once you start riding hard enough to jeopardize the floorboard's virginity, you'll get restless. Something has to go to achieve the $13,049 pricing point, and the result is a 20th century cruiser suspension. Handlebars are another hazard on winding roads. Worse than that, the 7/8-inch wide bars are rubberized and extremely flexible. Unfortunately, even with the substantial 130mm Bridgestone etc. tires, the front seems hazy. Suffice it to say, the Suzuki Boulevard C90T won't be at the top of your list if you're searching for a cruiser with excellent canyon road cornering abilities. That said, it's good if you're just going at a leisurely speed because all that suppleness helps to balance out the entire sensation. The ergonomics provide for comfortable lengthy rides. There's plenty space for your boots on the flooring, and the design is quite large. There is no driveshaft drag and a highly accurate heel-toe shifter. On lengthy rides, the pleasant vibrations won't wear you out. The cushioning is neutral, and you are free to move about in the seat as needed. By drawing the grips closer to you, the handlebars eliminate the need for tiresome reaching. In addition, there are a good number of airbags located behind the non-adjustable windscreen. You won't be gazing down at the analog-style speedometer and fuel gauge located on the tank for very long, unless you're wearing an open-face helmet. It's further out of your line of sight since the LCD display for the clock and gear position is located underneath the speedometer. A tachometer is not required or present. Instead, learn to shift into gear early if you're approaching the maximum speed. The aerodynamic bags feature a large aperture at the top despite their unusual design. Enough for a long weekend travel. The left bag can accommodate 24.5 liters and the right bag carries 26 liters. You can go further if you pack lightly. The Boulevard C90T is a good ride throughout town. It's not too awful, considering its 800-pound weight and slow geometry. Fortunately, the assist and slip clutch reduces hand effort at the lever. The C90T is a pleasure to ride as long as you don't ram it into bends at junctions. To draw significant attention from onlookers, the Suzuki Boulevard C90T may not be the best choice. Although you could occasionally receive some appreciative nods, its plain style doesn't really draw notice. Fans of chrome will not be disappointed, and the C90T has a little flair thanks to the tank striping. The plastic fenders and side coverings, together with the non-leather seat and bags, detract nothing from the opulent appearance. Hey, the accountants need to be satisfied, and it's just a little over $13,000. Other manufacturers aren't interested in filling the cruiser tourer niche that the Suzuki Boulevard C90T occupies. The chassis is certainly decent enough to satisfy most budget-conscious purchasers, and the powertrain is excellent. It is a stylish motorbike that is suitable for highway riding and comfortable enough that you won't have to park it in a prominent location at the neighborhood watering hole. Where Happy Suzuki provides a respectable cruiser tourer in this price range and engine capacity rather than obsessing over its flaws, someone had to do it.